Aries Risings this November is caution around money. There's a lot going on in that axis and a lack of clarity or follow through, so you might not have all the information. If you're excited to dive into this November for your rising sign, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that you are always up to date with what the stars have in store for you. Hi there, I'm Maren. If we have not met yet, very nice to meet you in the most likely the final rising sign forecast I will ever be filming in this room. I mean, technically it's my apartment, but I'll be subletting it, and as far as I know, I'll be fucking across the world. So kind of a moment here in the room that I've done all these in for the past 2.5 years. So I am a Western astrologer. I use Hellenistic Greek astrology techniques mainly. I use whole sign houses and the tropical zodiacs. That's how I'm getting to where we're going today. On the 4th, there's a Scorpio New Moon in your 8th house. Now you can watch this for information on what it is like in general, but being in your 8th house of shared finances and joint resources, and also hidden or complicated information, points towards a new beginning in this area of life, specifically around finances. Unless you have someone in your life who is passing away and there's a lot of developments around that, the 8th house is more than likely going to be financial or a sharing of resources like a home or a mortgage that's going to start off on a new note beginning of the month. Now, also from the 4th to the 5th, the Sun in Scorpio is going to be opposite Uranus and Taurus across your 2nd 8th house axis, which is financial. This is showing that wanting to spend more is complicated by suddenly owing someone money or an investment. Like you're needing to spend money, and at the same time there's new dues and new things that you are having to consider that you have to take into account before you can just like drop the credit card everywhere. On the 9th, there's a Mercury-Mars conjunction in your Scorpio 8th house. Mercury's communication, Mars is trouble or aggression, and in its home sign of Scorpio, looks like you're talking to get something done. Maybe you're negotiating, maybe you're being presented with a negotiation around financial matters that you're having to hold your ground and speak your mind about. Now, on the 9th through the 12th, Mars in your 8th house will be squaring Saturn in your 11th house. Mars is action and aggression. Saturn is self-consciousness and caution. In your 11th house of groups, friends, and networking, looks like someone or a group of people could be leading you to question your financial decisions and put a halt to you going full steam ahead. It could also be that you're worried about these people judging you. So there's a bit of a halt due to friends or groups before you're taking the financial decisions that you would like. On the 15th to 16th, now the Sun in your 8th house is squaring Jupiter in your 11th house. Now it looks like you're being empowered at the same time, like an opportunity is being opened up by these groups as well. So it's almost like they're both telling you to slow down, but also offering you the opportunity to make more money. Like a mentor or a group or organization's giving you like a grant of money as a metaphor. This is a good metaphor. Like a group is giving you a grant, but it's given out over time, so you can't just spend it all and you actually have to think about your investment. On the 16th to the 18th, Mars in your 8th house is opposite Uranus in your 2nd house, which is like shocking actions that you're gonna have to take due to financial decisions. Like there's a lot of up and down with finances, out of nowhere events that make it seem like you're starting something new that comes with a ton of wild card energy. Maybe you're investing in crypto. Full steam ahead if so, Godspeed. On the 18th to 19th, then Venus in your Capricorn 10th house is trining Uranus in your 2nd house. So this is showing that work is actually benefiting from the financial decisions you're making, even if you're fucking exhausted as a result. On the 19th, there's a Taurus full moon in your 2nd house, a culmination and ending, a high point to something financial that looks like maybe you finally get a fucking hang on what's going on by the time we hit the 19th and you're like done with this, moving on to something more sustainable. Maybe you tried trading meme coins and now you're like, no thank you, relatable. On the 27th, we have a Sun-Mercury cazimi or conjunction in your Sagittarius 9th house. Sun-Mercury is illuminating information that allows us to create in the world. So it looks like you're getting a download, some clarity of some sort around foreign travel, high-level educational decisions, or your spiritual or philosophical path. Finally, on the 28th to the 30th, we have Mars in your 8th house trining Neptune in your 12th house. So these financial decisions or choices that you're making that involve the joint sharing of resources are being helped out by your intuition and your spiritual path. There's a much softer landing to the end of the month, which I really, really like, as opposed to the haywire energy early on, which isn't so much bad as it is a bit chaotic. Almost choked on that. We made it though. Let's move on to the tarot. If you have any thoughts, predictions, or comments you would like to leave below, feel free to. I love hearing from you, and yeah, let's move on to the tarot now. Tarot card for Aries Risings is the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is a card that generally deals with not wanting any more stimulus of information or excitement. Like you have the Three of Wands, you have well enough information, excitement, etc. And now you are feeling like you don't need anything more. Maybe you are getting financial opportunities but feel like too much could be the wrong move right now. You have enough energy and it's about conservation rather than aggression right now. And I think that's where you're feeling like, how do I manage all this new energy without exploding? If that makes sense. I feel called to say that, even though I don't know if it doesn't make sense to me. Maybe it'll make sense to you as an Aries rising. If you enjoyed this, I would appreciate a like, a comment, a subscribe. Helps out in the algorithm nowadays, which is weird and sometimes on my side and sometimes not. So all the help we can get, I will sit here reminding you. Some people say smash the like button. That sounds a little aggressive for me. Say feel free to tap. Whatever. I'll see you next month wherever I am, so take care.